welcome to the episode 3 of the Jedi and the Spark Show.
Whoop, whoop,
Come
whoop.
on, my name is Obi.
And I am Peju.
And together we are the Jedi
And the Spark.
Come on now, can you believe it? It is episode 3 and we're on a roll, even if we say so ourselves.
We're allowed to say so. So we are on a roll.
All right, so last episode 2, of course, was about finding purpose as a couple.
Yeah,
and
it's a good one.
we just introduced this idea of finding your purpose and the different ways that happens. It could be something internal, it could be something external. People say things about you, aligning your purpose as well by sharing it and figuring out what's that overlap. So back to that idea of the you, me, and we, and of course,
yes, for me, one of my favorite bits of that is elevating your purpose, which is about finding a joint purpose and a shared purpose that's bigger than yourself, that's bigger than your relationship, and that truly impacts beyond the home, beyond the borders of your life. Yeah.
It's so energizing, right? It's so energizing. Absolutely. Oh, and I've got to say that last time I mentioned one of the couples that we wanted to connect with, and I mentioned Michael Jr. and his wife,
who you
Ebony,
thought was Ebony.
And I thought Ebony, and I'm thinking, I hope she's Ebony, and maybe she's going to change her name now to Ebony. But good news, she really is Ebony. Yes. So
we don't have to write a letter of apology to Michael Jr. to say we're so sorry.
Absolutely. It's like, hey,
we didn't get your wife's name right.
One of my favorite comedians, I don't know my wife's name. He'll make a joke of that. For sure. I can see him doing
Maybe we should
that.
send that to him.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, right. Maybe.
Watch this space again.
So anyway, I am excited because episode 3, we're going to be talking about thriving with your tribe. And I just want to dive into this. This is exciting.
Come down a little bit. It's important to talk about thriving as an individual, to talk about thriving as a couple.
Yep, that's what this show is about.
To talk about thriving with your tribe.
Yes.
But I think it's even more important to go into what the opposite could look like.
Okay.
And
say more.
I'll say. I'll say more. And I want us to talk about loneliness.
Okay.
Ooh, felt a bit heavy. Feels like I've sucked the life out of the show. But no, it's a key topic, and I think a lot of people resonate.
It is.
With the theme, with the feeling, with the experience of loneliness. So let's check in about loneliness.
Okay.
Have you ever felt lonely in our relationship?
Yeah, I have. I'm curious that why do we think it's important just because it's the opposite? Is it because it's a big deal? Is it?
It's a good question. I think some people go into marriage, and I certainly did, go into marriage feeling like I will never be lonely. I found my soulmate. This is the one who makes my heart sing. I'm so complete. Mm-hmm. But I know from my experience and from speaking to a lot of friends that loneliness is a real thing in marriage. And it's not something to be ashamed of. It's not something to hide. But the feeling of isolation and loneliness is real. And I think speaking about thriving will be made even better by speaking about loneliness. Yeah. It's just a topic that's really huge in society right now. So I think our listeners would want to hear about times maybe you have felt lonely or I felt lonely, and I want
stats on
you start
this, right?
There are. Oh yes.
On this.
Yes. So research shows that in the UK and in the US, 50% of adults have experienced loneliness. That's half. Yeah, 50% is half. Yeah.
Just need to do the maths.
Okay.
I love maths, by the way.
And to bring it home, even more, to talk about marriage, 1 in 3 married people have spoken about the experience of loneliness. So it's key. It's worth talking about.
Those stats feel, I mean, it might be surprising for
Staggering.
some, right? Might be surprising for some. And even in our social media world now, people say that can even be exacerbated. I think of, and there are different reasons that people could be lonely. There are some sad reasons. There's domestic violence involved. There's emotional detachment there, and you really feel I'm not safe in this space, which is really tough. I can think of a number of times that I felt lonely in our marriage. Sometimes we felt lonely together.
Definitely.
We've moved. We've been away from friends. We're building in a new community, and so there's been loneliness there.
And those were tough times.
They were.
Yeah.
They were.
They were. So it's important to say, even as a couple, you can feel lonely as a couple. So you're both experiencing the loneliness of not having a tribe to thrive with. But also there's also the situation where individually there can be loneliness, even though you feel like I'm a part of a couple, I'm a part of this marriage, I'm a part of a relationship, partnership, but I'm still feeling lonely. So it's important to highlight those things.
Yeah. And the one that stands out to me in our 22 plus years, actually just even saying 22 plus, the significance of that would be obviously in a minute, that for half of that 11 years, we've been navigating my mum's Alzheimer's. And for anyone who's got a family member with Alzheimer's, growing up, I thought of Alzheimer's as just that thing that you go into a room and you forget, right? You forget what's the name of your favorite comedian's wife, right? It's like, that's it. Or you go into a room and you just think, why was I here? Oh, and then you go back out and then you realize, I wanted my keys. Or you open the fridge. Why was I looking? Right. I just thought that's it. But Alzheimer's is a really cruel disease that just strips the life of and the personality of people that you love. And even though we were together and you love mum, I felt lonely in it. I felt even you didn't understand what I was going through and the pain I was feeling. And I remember once being so broken by it all, and I think saying to you, she's my mum, you don't get it. And it was, and there weren't a lot of people around me who could connect with it. So that's been one of the loneliest times to dealing with that and working through that. And each couple, each individual might have their own specific pain where they think, actually, even my better half doesn't quite connect with this at the moment, right? Yeah. So that's something.
I appreciate your vulnerability. Thank you.
Thank you.
For sure, that navigating mum's Alzheimer's has been huge. It's been a huge part of our journey. It's really impacted us in a myriad of ways. And we're still in it.
We are. We are.
We're still in it. And I know for me, when I think about loneliness or I think about big, deep emotions, I'm a writer. You talked about liking math. I love words. I love writing. I love journaling. And for me, when I write emotions down, emotions that are big, that are scary, that are huge, and I watch those emotions on paper stare back at me, it begins to make sense. And so in my recently published book, A Poetic Odyssey of Proclamations, I write about loneliness and the power of community. And I'm just going to read what I've written here. In your sadness, proclaim community. Sadness is real, and sad times come to us all. However, the most challenging part of experiencing a sad season is the feeling of loneliness and isolation that ruthlessly comes alongside our feelings of doom and despair. A trustworthy circle of friends and family is key at this time. They are your support system and play a huge part in your journey to recovery. The saying, it takes a village to raise a child, is so true. But I want to add on to that. It takes a community to nurture an adult.
Oh.
It takes a community, a tribe to nurture an adult.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
That is powerful. And I think on that note, beautiful words, by the way.
Thank you.
I think on that note, that it takes a community to nurture an adult.
Yeah.
That let's dive into the topic for today about how to thrive with your tribe. And I think we've already started to touch on the why. Why is it important for couples to have a tribe? And there are tribes on different levels, which we'll talk about. But why is it important? I feel you've kind of honed in on it there with your words, but anything else to add?
Yeah, so I'm going to start with a bit of a joke. My mom, you know, Mummy. Mummy always has these stories. So Mummy used to say about her friends when they were speaking about their marriages, they would say about themselves, I am my husband's one and lonely. Get it? One and
yeah, I do.
One and only, one and lonely.
I do.
Do you get it? Okay.
I think this is one of those moments where our boys will probably say, yeah, Dad, you're laughing at Mum's jokes because you always do.
Yeah, because you're married to her. You need to laugh at her jokes. But I hope it was funny. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Mummy, I think it's funny. One and lonely. But speaking about tribes, I think there is the first tribe for me would be the each other tribe.
Sure.
So being in a tribe with your other person, with your partner, with your husband, with your wife, I consider that to be a very important tribe. And I have a friend who I love. She says this about her husband. We're team each other.
Ooh, nice.
We're team
Lovely.
each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, Julita, I've always loved that. Team each
That's
other.
so cool. That's so cool.
So each other is a tribe.
And that's about championing, isn't it? Because that's part of the reason why do you want to tribe, that support system, people who champion you. And I think as a couple, absolutely you want to be each other's champion.
Yeah, it's key.
To thrive.
Yeah, I think as well, your siblings can be your tribe. I love being one of 6 children. That's a great tribe. When you think about the season of life where you're caring for aging parents, having your siblings work together as a team. Your sister's amazing.
Amazing.
Uche, you're amazing. Together, we talked in the last episode, the word team, together, everyone achieves more. And your siblings or sibling could be part of your tribe.
Yeah.
Any others?
Yeah, loads, right? I think there could be hobby tribes. Again, I think we're really building on this you, me, and we. It's just there are things that I enjoy that I'll go out. I mean, you and I wouldn't go out and play pool, but I'd go out with some of the guys and play pool, right? Or golf or bowling. It's just, we do bowling with friends as well. But there are things that you can just do with your mates, go to the gym, recharge, that just helps you to reconnect and get back to maybe after a stressful season. There's work tribe as well. So
if you're lucky,
that you do great work with, and I've had some amazing people that I've worked with over the years, and we've done some incredible work together. And so that's fantastic. Just knowing that what you're doing is making a difference.
I have another one. So obviously we talked about what we love doing in terms of sharing purpose is hospitality. We love having people in our home. We love nurturing people. And I just realized that your children can be part of your tribe.
Oh, yeah.
You know, your nuclear family, and our children
our little lion cubs.
Yes. Our children love being part of this hospitality experience, you know. So your children can also be part of your tribe, which makes it very special. It's different, but it can be special.
Yeah, when people are coming over, they're looking out the window.
They're late.
Have they arrived yet? Right? They were meant to be here 2 minutes ago.
So we don't tell them the time anymore. We're like, there are people coming.
Around about this time.
Don't hold them to it. There might be traffic.
There's traffic.
Chill, man. Yeah.
So absolutely.
But they're a great tribe.
That's a great tribe. And then a community that people are part of, right? For some people, it might be a faith community, neighborhood community, whatever community it is. I think it's important that they are championing the you, me, and the we, right? People who champion you, what you guys do together, but also champion you individually, celebrate what you're about.
Yeah.
I've got to go back to my favorite African proverb that we talked about
again.
in the.
Get ready.
Well, we talked about it in the last
You've
episode.
heard it before. You're going to hear it again and again and again and
powerful.
again.
And I didn't do any spoiler alert on Mufasa, so although I mentioned the song, but it just is powerful. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And there's a great. I'll dig it out and I'll put it in the show notes. There's this incredible TED Talk about just longevity and the fullness of one's life. Some people might say, oh yeah, but it's about, how much you earn and to a point. Oh, I bet it's about, and just your health. So your well-being. I bet it's about where you live. No, it was about the quality of your relationships. Wow. It was about the quality of your friendships. So I think having a great tribe is essential. You really do go far. Yes. That's people who just do well, live longer, have great connections. And so I think that's important. And so one of the other tribes that I want to talk about is a specific group. I think I mentioned them in episode 1, but we've been journeying together. They're called the I Will Men's group.
I will.
We are I Will. And you know who you are, Troy and Dennis. And what I love about this group, so we touched on being part of different tribes. We've got a community that we went bowling with just over the Christmas, and we're planning to go away together. So I love that. But this I Will Men's group, they speak into everything. So we come and we talk about all areas, from parenting to finances to work to health, and they won't let me get off. If I'm saying, not happy with Peju anymore, I want out of this. It's not a place where they'll say, I didn't really like her anyway. No, they're about.
They better.
I know. They're about championing you, me, and we. First of all, they've heard me talk about my life goals and all that, and so they'll ask. They say, so how's it going? Just being the husband you want to be and being the dad you want to be. How's it going with your finances? How's it going with your health?
Guys.
So So I think that quality of friendship, that's what we're talking about here. Thriving with your tribe. It's not just hanging with your tribe and dancing with your tribe. Those things are good.
Complaining with your tribe,
but thriving with your tribe. And so they speak into that and notice and give ideas, and we're swapping tips. We want to go far. And so I think that's a tribe that I'm super excited and grateful that I get to be part of.
I'm grateful that you're part of I Will. And speaking about
you're grateful.
I'm grateful that you're grateful that I'm grateful that you're grateful. We can go on. But speaking about tribes and the African proverb, there's so much goodness that comes from African culture. Firstly, you look so good. You look so handsome in that
even if
Ankara top. I love it. Love the cloth. Love the Nigerian cloth. And, we've spoken about Mufasa, the movie. We've spoken about going far together. And I love the word Ubuntu. I mean, we've come across Ubuntu. It's becoming a thing now. But in the core of Ubuntu is I am because you are.
That's so, wow.
I am because we are. And that speaks a lot to thriving in community, really trusting that your community wants you to thrive. Really trusting that you want your community to thrive. We want to thrive together, and we can.
Yeah.
And if you're in a community where you don't feel you're being championed, you're not being asked to be better, brighter, bolder, bigger, I'd ask you to question that tribe. That's not calling you to thrive. You're going to wither. So that's something we're thinking about. There are tribes that can empower, and there are tribes that can
just take away, right? And
take you down. We're talking about tribes that build you up. We want to go up.
Felt like you were about to break in song.
Up is the way.
I just thought, oh, that's it.
Thrive with your tribe. Up is the way.
Let's get some background music. That's it. Peju's on a roll. The spark is going to spark it all up.
The next show. I might dance next show, but not this one.
What you said there just reminded me, we had a listener question.
Okay.
So let's go straight to it. It's the friends you keep often have a huge influence over the quality of your relationship with your spouse. So important to choose friends wisely. How do you select who you spend time with?
Oh, wow. Gosh.
How do you select
who you spend time with? You know what I'm going to start off with? Thank you for that question.
Yeah, great
you guys
question.
are bringing some really kind of meaty stuff to the show. So keep them coming.
I haven't got perfect answers, but we'll have a go.
And we'd love to hear some of your comments as well on that question.
Absolutely.
So please include those. But I think the first thing I would ask myself is, am I wise?
Ooh, wow.
So you know, the quality of your relationships there, you want friends who will speak wisdom into your life, into your relationship. Are you a wise person? Is a great question to ask yourself first.
Wow.
What is the quality of your wisdom, of your choices, of your reality, of your perceptions, of your goals? Where are you going? Because if you want people to speak life into you, you best be speaking life into yourself.
Yeah.
And into other people. You can't give what you don't have. So it starts from living this out from the inside out in the places that nobody sees, nobody champions, because those are the places where you're growing in character as an individual first.
Yeah.
And then we can take it to the tribe.
Sure. I like that. That's, I really like that. My thoughts on this. So how do you select who you spend time with? Building on, obviously, being wise first. I think there's a real progression here, right? That's why it starts with just knowing what you're about, knowing what your purpose is, and therefore then you know what energizes you and fuels you. Of course, there are spaces. This isn't about saying, hey, if a friend doesn't speak wisdom to me or doesn't encourage me or support me, that's it, you're out. But you've just got to think that, is this building me up? Is it equipping me to go in the direction that I want to? Because this is about friends, right? This is about, there may be some people that you went to school with, university with, college with, and you think, well, the direction that you're moving in and the direction that I'm moving in it's no longer complementary. There are some people that are meant to journey with us till we pass on. There are some people that are just there for a season.
Yeah, we know that.
And there are some people who, through thick and thin, they're supporting. But it's just knowing for yourself, is this person bringing out the best in me? That's something. Are they bringing out the best in my environment? Are they championing the direction? And I love where you started. It's a bit of both, right?
Definitely.
I've also got to think about what am I bringing to this? And that's also a good test, because I'm bringing this and I'm saying, hey guys, I want to grow, I want to develop, and if people around you say, great, let's do it, then you know that this is a tribe that's really helping you to thrive. But if it's, man, what do you want to do that for? Why do you want to do that? Maybe you're talking about writing a book or doing something new, doing something you've never done before, and they say, why do you want to do that? Then
just play it safe.
Play it safe. Let's all
be mediocre.
Be mediocre. Let's, tall poppy syndrome, right? We don't want to stand out. No, I want to give my best. I want to die empty, and I want people around me who have a similar sort of mindset.
So we're talking about loneliness. We're talking about death. Let's bring it up a little bit.
Well, all right. I mean, hey, it's just, I love this idea of, all right, so here's something. Your 80th birthday, right? What would you want people to say about you? What life would you have wanted to have lived?
That's a great question.
And then who are the people around you that feed into that? So who are the people around you that feed into that? That's forget the death and the loneliness.
No, death and loneliness is part of life.
It is.
But I think what I'm also hearing you say is it's okay to let some people go. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. You're going to have to, we've had to, be in different seasons with different people. And as you're letting some people go, you're welcoming new people.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of thriving with your tribe, is that sometimes your tribe evolves.
Yes.
And there's some people who will always be part of your tribe, and there's some who are there for a season and exit, and there's some who will come in the middle of your life, your midlife time. Some people will come in and they'll bring something really powerful to that season of life. So it's okay to let some people go.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As you were speaking then, I was thinking of some amazing people that I'm connecting with now, that some we've connected with, some I'm connecting with, that I just think you're amazing for this season. I'm looking forward to journeying with you. So not everyone can be part of your tribe, but it is important that your tribe is helping you thrive.
Okay. Oh, you're a poet now.
Well, 22 years of hanging around you. I need to...
I've rubbed off on you.
Get something in
I like
there, right?
that.
I need to get something out of it. Something out of 22 and a half years.
I have given a lot.
All right. Shall we go to that favorite moment?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It is time to spin the wheel.
Let's do it. So this is an exciting part of our show where we get to spin the wheel.
Yeah.
And it's my turn.
Alrighty. We want to get through a few of these because last time it went to the first one. Yeah!
Oh, okay. And it's pink. It landed on the pink one. So
that's
we're
cool.
thinking.
Hey, I love pink.
Okay.
Right,
here we go.
Bit of pink.
So 3 things in common. You start.
I will start.
I will.
Yeah.
I will mention. I will start. Okay.
So, 2 immediately come to mind.
Okay.
We are foodies.
Oh, yes.
We love food. So if we go to a party and there are loads of drinks, we're like, yeah, loads of drinks, that's it. And we're thinking, that's cool.
Where's the food?
Right, where is the food? Like, that's what we want. That's what I want to tuck into.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's one thing we've got in common. Shall I say a second? And then,
go for it. Yeah.
So the second is we love reading. We said this in the first one. So we love reading, learning, growing. I read 50 books, you read 5 in terms of speed and pace.
You didn't just say that.
But
because
anyway.
he's an audiobook reader. I like paper. He likes the audio, so he can get through a lot quicker.
So anyway, but those are 2 things that we have in common.
Okay, so I'll talk about what I'm reading now, because I'm reading a really fun book called The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abi Dare. Great book. Are you reading anything exciting this season?
I'm reading loads of things.
Okay.
Which one do I?
Put in the show notes. Reading and listening. And
so here's one. I don't remember the author, but a friend of mine mentioned this. Actually, one of the guys, there's a group of guys, we're doing this amazing program called Distraction to Presence.
Distraction
to Presence. And one of the guys mentioned a book, Don't Believe Everything You Think.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
Oh, wow. Okay. Don't believe everything you think.
so that's a one I just read.
But believe everything you're listening to on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Believe everything we say, just don't believe everything you think.
So we are foodies, you've said.
Yes.
We're a bit of nerds with reading. We love reading.
Love reading.
I think we really enjoy travel. We love traveling. So that's another thing we have in common. So I mentioned in the last episode that I'd been to Morocco.
You just wanted to rub it in again. Right?
But you went somewhere exciting as well recently. Where was that?
Well, I went to San Diego.
I went to San Diego.
No, it was
you
for
went.
work,
Did I go? No, I didn't go. I didn't even get an invitation. Yes, you went. It was work, but
it was. Hey, and it was fantastic.
There you go.
Yeah, did deliver some keynotes out there. It was exciting.
Yeah, so we love discovering new places with the family, with the children, and we're big on discovering parts of Africa that we've never been to.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're looking forward to doing. Safaris, volcanoes, mountains. The African continent has so much to offer. So we're excited about really getting our teeth stuck in it.
We've got a list. I started this list of different countries that we've been to.
Yeah.
And that list is growing.
Great.
And we're really keen to visit new ones. So,
definitely. So those are three things.
So those are three things that we have in common. Lovely. All right. Time to start to wrap up.
Again.
And I know.
It goes so quickly. We always say this.
Time goes by when you're having fun.
Are we having fun?
I think so.
Are you having fun?
I'm having fun.
Are you having fun?
I hope you're having fun. You better be having fun.
Oh, okay. That sounded a bit sinister.
Should I, that look for Mr. T? I mean, anyone who's watched the A-Team, this is, I'm so giving my age away now, but give you that Mr. T look. You better be having fun.
We're having fun.
Anyway, let's start off with the Spark resource.
Okay, so Spark resource. Obviously, you heard me read about the power of community in times of sadness, in times of depression, in times of trauma. Having a key community to kind of build you up, to walk with you, to heal with is pivotal. So my book was published a year ago now. It's called A Poetic Odyssey of Proclamations. And it's really about speaking life into your world and really understanding the power of your words will change your life. So grab a copy. It's available from Amazon. It's available from Core Leaders International website. But yeah, it's an incredible resource. And I've gone through it as well. I've gone through every proclamation and every challenge. And so I can highly recommend that.
And we will put details in the show notes because that's really powerful. As you were talking about that, because it is, we're not just saying that, it is a phenomenal resource.
Thank you.
We're going to, I think something we should do in a future episode is talk about the power of the words that we use in our relationship, in our marriage, because actually that really fuels something. And we'll go into some of the psychology of it in future episodes, but let's make a note of
Watch
that.
This space.
So,
and now time for the
Jedi challenge. You don't have to call it this, right? But I want to challenge the guys to figure out your own I will group, right? Just a group where we say, hey guys, we have a laugh, we have a drink, banter, play pool. Let's start to bring in all areas here and be really intentional about encouraging people in all spaces.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the intention word again, but be intentional about saying, hey, let's support each other to grow. Like, what are the areas that matter to you? Your marriage, if you got kids, your work, your health, whatever it is, and say, do you know what? We're going to champion each other and help each other to really achieve the things that we want to in all of those areas. So have your I will group that, and you can call it whatever you want, right?
As long as you don't say I will not. You don't want to call it I will not.
Just don't have I ain't group. I can't. But just an I will group. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to champion each other in all areas of our lives and just become a space, a tribe that really helps each other to thrive. So.
I like that. That's a great challenge. And I'm going to say for the women, you might be feeling like I felt on many occasions, I don't have a tribe. Well, I'm going to say you can start a tribe. And I'm reminded of a time when I was a young mom, had my first child, feeling very alone and very insecure. And there were no real communities around me that I felt would champion what I was about in that season. And I really wrestled with starting this group, but I did. I started a mom's group. We called it MAM.
It was amazing.
It was an amazing group. Yeah. And I think most of what the women said about the group was that, Peju, this is a lifeline. So if you don't currently have a tribe, or if you don't have this I will group, then think about starting your own group. You do not know the impact it will have on other people in your community who are alongside you feeling lonely. And I promise you the impact on yourself will be huge, because I was deeply moved and impacted by the MAM group. So that would be my encouragement to the women who are listening.
Yeah, so good. And believe it or not, time to wrap it up. So, hey, once again, thank you for viewing. Thank you for listening.
See you.
Do subscribe, do
like and share.
Like and share.
Spread the news.
Those comments, send questions. So you see, we want to answer those questions, and email us. The email is in the show notes. And until then, you know what's coming. May the Force be with you.
And may your spark always burn bright.
Alrighty, over and out.